No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. My dear children, good morning. How are you all? What are you doing at home? So I know you are engaged with many things. And I know that you are not wasting your time. And you are again started struggling with your lessons. And you are trying to acquire knowledge from different ways other than school. My dear children, I am here back with you to the second chapter, Control and Coordination. As you know, human body is a wonderful machine. I am controlling my hands, I am controlling my eyes, I am controlling my mouth, I am controlling my sound. I can move hands, I can walk from one place to another. That means I am controlling my body. So, to control this, I need a coordination. We are going to study this control and coordination in this chapter. Smiling, singing, thinking, dreaming, tasting, breathing, running, moving, feeling pain, painting, writing. We cannot do anything without our body nervous system. In this lesson, you will learn about the nervous system and its components, reflex action, and structure of the human brain. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to describe the functions of the nervous system, describe the fundamental unit of the nervous system, that is neuron, explain the communication between the central nervous system and parts of the body, describe the functions of the components of the brain, describe the mechanism behind the movement of a muscle, define reflex action, and describe the parts of the human brain and describe the functions of the human brain. We know the nervous system comprises of the brain, the spinal cord, and a huge network of nerves that has spread throughout the body. The nervous system is responsible for sending, receiving, and processing messages in the form of chemical signals called impulses. The main function of the nervous system is to control and coordinate voluntary activity like reading and walking, and involuntary activities like our heartbeat and breathing. And also, the brain uses the information it receives from the nerves to control and coordinate cell, and also the brain uses the information it receives from the nerves to control and coordinate all our actions and reactions. Without it, we wouldn't exist. Let's look into the fundamental unit of the nervous system. the nerve cell which is known as neuron. Let us understand in detail the structure of a neuron. Each neuron consists of three parts, mainly the cell body or cyton, branched projections called dendrite, and the long process from the cell body called axon. The axon terminals of each neuron are placed near the dendrites of another neuron. This gap between the two neurons is called synapse. All such axons or nerve fibers are bundled and enclosed in a sheath to form a nerve. Nerves are seen as thin threads that emerged from the brain and spinal cord and branched out to all parts of the body. Nerves carry messages back and forth, similar to telephone wires. Let us analyze different types of nerves. There are three types of nerves: sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. These nerves carry information in the form of electrochemical signals called impulses. So what are impulses? Impulses are electrochemical signals which carry information. The nerve impulses that travel to and from the brain and spinal cord to muscles located throughout the body. Sensory nerves. Sensory nerves send messages from the sense organs to the brain or spinal cord. So, our sense organs provides the nervous system with information about the environment by means of sight, hearing, smell, taste, pressure, and pain. Motor nerves. Motor nerves carry the messages back from the brain or spinal cord to all the muscles and glands in the body. Sensory nerves from the organs of the body to the brain or spinal cord. Motor nerves carry the messages back from the brain or spinal cord to the muscles and glands in the body. Mixed nerves. Mixed nerves carry both sensory and motor nerves. When a neuron is stimulated, the dendrite tips of the nerve cell generate a tiny electrical impulse. This impulse travels from the dendrite to the cell body and then along the axon to its end. At the end of the axon, the electrical impulse releases some chemical which cross the gap called the synapse and start a similar electrical impulse in a dendrite of the next neuron. This is generally how nervous impulses travel in the body. This process continues till the impulses from the neurons are delivered to another cell such as muscle cells or glands. How does the muscle cells move after it received action information from the nervous tissue? In response to the nerve's electrical impulse, muscle cells has special proteins that stimulate the muscle to change both the shape and arrangement, leading to the muscular contraction. Children, have you heard about the term reflex action? Reflex action is an involuntary action. There are two kinds of actions in the body, voluntary and involuntary. Here, reflex action is connected with involuntary action by the body. We use the word reflex to describe the sudden action in response to something in the environment, which is unconsciously done and is not a controlled reaction. So, how do we control and coordinate our hand to move away from the heat? The thinking part of the brain is located at the forward end vasco and consists of dense networks of intricately arranged neurons. Neurons carry signals from the body to the brain. This is a relatively long process and may result in the burned hand. To overcome this problem, the nerves that detect heat are connected to the nerves that move muscles. Now the process of detecting the heat signal is complete. This pathway is called reflex arc. I hope it is clear, the reflex arc. So, where is the best place for reflex arc connections to be made? It would definitely be the spinal cord, as the nerves from all over the body meet in a bundle in the spinal cord on the way to the brain. Thus, reflex arcs are formed in the spinal cord itself. Although the information input goes on to reach the brain. Reflex arcs in animals have evolved in the spinal cord because the thinking process of the brain is not fast enough or has evolved to effectively function for quick responses. Find out the answers from the options given for the following questions and check your understanding. Question number 1. In humans, life processes are controlled and regulated by A. Reproductive and endocrine systems, B. Respiratory and nervous systems, C. Endocrine and digestive systems, D. Nervous and endocrine system. Question number 2. Electrical impulse travels in a neuron from A. Dendrite, axon, axonal end, cell body. B. Cell body, dendrite, axon, axonal end. C. Dendrite, cell body, axon, axonal end. D. Axonal end, axon, cell body, dendrite. Question number 3. In a synapse, chemical signal is transmitted from dash. A. From dendrite of one neuron to axonal end of other neuron. B. Axon to cell body of same neuron. C. Cell body to axonal end of same neuron. D. Axonal end of one neuron to dendrite of other neuron. Question number 4. In a neuron, conversion of electric signal to chemical reaction occurs at A. Cell body, B. Dendrite, dendritic end, C. Axonal terminals, D. Axon. Question number 5. Impulse flows from dash. A. Dendrite to axon in same neuron. B. Axon to dendrite. C. Nodes of Ranvier to axon. D. None of these. Question number 6. Which statement is wrong? A. Sudden action in response to something in environment is called a reflex action. B. The path through which signals are transmitted from receptor to muscles is called reflex arc. C. Motor neurons carry signals from spinal cord to effector organ. D. Sensory neurons carry impulse from effector to receptors. Answer these questions for the next class and we bring their answers and check whether you understood what I have taken. Thank you.